Hey, what's up everybody, this is Muth24, and today I've got another anime DVD review. This time it is of Fooly Cooly, the complete series. This is the re-release that Funimation did about a year and a half ago. I think originally it was like Pioneer or some now disbanded anime distributor that originally released this, and the DVDs are really hard to find nowadays, and if you can find them, they're going to be really expensive. So Funimation went ahead and did this re-release, which is like 20 or 30 bucks at most for the DVDs or the Blu-rays or whatever. So you do have an option to get either DVD or Blu-ray, which they upscaled the quality, and I've heard it turned out pretty well. There's not any of that grainy, like, filtery look to it, which is nice. I love the box art on this series, and this is a very artistically driven series for anyone who's not familiar with it. Basically, Fooly Cooly was one of the, I think one of the earlier digitally animated, or digitally colored, series out there, and for its time it was just highly experimental, and it was just kind of like, let's see what we can do with this. It's from Gainax, who's the same company that made Evangelion, Gurren Lagann, Panning Stocking, so you've got a lot of different stuff that they've worked on in the past, and it's also, Production IG worked on this as well, so it just looks gorgeous. For as old of an anime as this is now, it's still one of the best looking in terms of its color and its character designs and its animation overall. I honestly have found very few anime that stack up to this, even today, which I think is a testament to just how well the series has aged overall. But getting back to the box art here, you have a slipcover here with Haruko on the front, with her base, and then the Vespa scooter behind her. Along the side, you have the very colorful Fooly Cooly logo, and then on the back, you have a description of what the series is about. If you take the slipcover off, it is the exact same thing underneath, and I do like the fact that it's a clear DVD case here. Not like it makes a huge difference, but it's just kind of cool looking. Get your little Funimation card inside of there. There's the disc, which is really cool looking again. You got Haruko and a list of the episodes on that side. If I pop the disc out, you have Mamimi and the cat that she names Tarokun, or Takun. I don't remember which one she calls it. Anyways, the little cat that shows up late in the series. So, for anyone who's maybe unfamiliar with this series, it's only 6 episodes long, and it's one of those series where you're not really going to know what's going on until about the last 2 or 3 episodes. So I think it's one of those where you're going to kind of have to be patient with it, but at the same time, it's only 6 episodes. It's not like you're going to have to sit around for too long before they describe in full what's going on. But basically what happens at the start of the series, you've got Naota, who is the main character, one of the main characters. He is just kind of going about his day, and Haruko here shows up on her scooter and basically smacks him straight into the forehead with her electric bass. And it's kind of just an abrupt way to start the series, but it's really funny. All the goofy nature of her character comes out in that first scene a lot. And basically you find out that after she smacked him on the head, all these sort of weird things pop out of his skull. The first one being the robot Kanti, who becomes another character of the series. And then all these different weird robots and alien things pop out of his head over the course of the series. And they do explain that in full later on. But it's sort of one of the great mysteries that starts the series off is, what the heck is going on with Naota and what did Haruko do to him. It's sort of got a serious, coming-of-age story underneath all the humor and stuff, which I think is great. It definitely feels like it has some sort of, resonating message at the end of it and stuff. But for the most part, this is a comedy series, and it's a darn funny one at that. Haruko is such a quirky and weird character, but honestly, she's one of my favorite anime characters of all time. She makes all sorts of references to other anime and talks about, there's one part where she's talking about a bunch of different American bands and she's trying to, create some class to sign up for guitar lessons and ends up flying across the room because she spins the electric bass around herself like Pete Townsend would do, and goes flying across the room, crashes into a bunch of stuff. Anyways, she's just kind of this funny character and just weird and awesome at the same time. Naota is sort of her polar opposite to some extent, where she's all over the place and constantly on the move. he is trying to live this normal life, and he sort of complains at the beginning of the series about the fact that the town that he lives in is just boring and nothing exciting ever happens. And then when Haruko shows up and everything just weird starts going on, he's sort of intrigued by it, but at the same time, he sort of wants to go back to that sense of normalcy. And it's kind of weird to see, or it's kind of cool to see how he reacts to that, and how he's sort of growing up as a character as the series is going on, because he's a teenage boy in the series, so he's kind of dealing with all these different things at once, and then to have this character of Haruko dropped into his life definitely makes for an interesting story there. His dad is also very hilarious too. He's kind of like a sleazeball, but at the same time, he's just sort of this like goofball character. And some of the references that he makes to like Lupin the Third and Evangelion and stuff are just kind of like off the wall and random, but also still really funny. You also have the grandpa, who is very minor in the grand scheme of things, but there's one part where like he eats curry that's too hot and he just falls over and passes out in his bowl. And then he tells like Kanti that he was supposed to get him a different magazine from the store, and gets all mad at taking advantage of this robot. But it's a really fun series to watch, and like I said, it's only 6 episodes. I'm pretty sure each of the episodes is like 25 minutes long or so, except for the last episode, I believe, is more like 45 minutes. I do know it's longer than the other ones, I just don't remember by how much. You do get some special features with this release. You get the director commentaries. You get some videos with music by the Pillows, and they are the ones who do the entire soundtrack for the series, save for maybe like 1 or 2 songs, but they've got some really cool songs in this. It's sort of like a mellow rock sound for most of it, sort of a post-grunge sound for some of the other songs. You have the Ride On Shooting Star, which is like the main theme associated with this series. You have a video for that. You have some outtakes, which are basically they're trying to record their lines and keep screwing them up, which is kind of fun to watch. You have the textless closing song, and then some trailers for some other Funimation stuff. So overall, a lot of fun to watch. If you haven't checked this out before, I highly recommend it for really whatever reason. If you want to watch like just kind of a different series, that'd be a great reason. If you want to watch something that's genuinely hilarious, that's another great reason. If you want to watch something that's sort of like an older experimental type series, another great reason. Like I said, Haruko is one of my favorite characters in any anime ever, and I think her, along with all the other characters, really makes this a pretty great series. So that pretty much wraps up this review, and with that, I will see you guys next time.